We've got a lot of positive things going on in Boone County, and you got a lot of positive things going on in Hallsville. Congratulations on your first football season. It was great to be at the opening game. You've got a beautiful facility. You must have the best scoreboard in all of mid-Missouri, and I'm sure that we'll have a lot of coverage up here, and it's something you certainly have to be proud of. We have a lot of work still to do. I know that we're trying our best to keep the Hallsville Clinic open, and I think that on a bipartisan level, you've had a lot of elected officials who are trying to make sure that we have that rural health care. And I wish Prepare to Care would have passed. That's something that we were really looking forward to in the Senate, but honestly, that ended up failing by one vote in the Budget Committee. That was offered actually as an amendment by Sarah Lampe on the floor of the House, and State Representative Ed Robb voted against it. You know, our own representative was the deciding vote that killed Prepare to Care. So as much as I would have liked to be able to help it in the Senate, we had somebody here that made sure that it never got out of the House, and that's unfortunate. So we've got to do a better job of working in a bipartisan way, the way we have in these small towns on the Hallsville Clinic and other things like that. I know you're very interested in being able to make sure that the state surplus property auctions continue. That's how a lot of small communities are able to get the equipment and things that they need. That's something that's been on the table that we need to do a lot of work on. It's real easy for a state senator in this district, and it's a big district, to only pay attention to the things that happen in Columbia, because that's where most of the votes are. But I think if you take a look at what I've done for the last 4 years, I spent a lot of time in these small communities. I don't need a highway map to find my way here. I do a lot of work trying to make sure that you have the things you need to be successful as a small community. I think it's because I came from a small town. I'm originally from Louisiana, Missouri, under 4,000 people. And I know how much it means to have people that are going to come out to the small communities and provide the leadership that you need to be able to be successful. There's investments I think we need to make in our small communities. Too often people get razzle-dazzled down in Jefferson City by massive projects like the Bombardier situation, where they were trying to bring in a French-Canadian aircraft manufacturer by giving them up to $800 million of your tax money. My opponent's law firm was working on that issue. $800 million when we're losing health care for poor people and elderly people and disabled people throughout the state to give to a French-Canadian company that may or may not come here. It decided not to come here. All it did was use us as a negotiating tool to drive down the wages of their workers in a new contract in Canada. That didn't result in economic development. The things that result in economic development are things like taking care of the Bob and Moan Community Center that you have. I secured $250,000 of state neighborhood assistance program tax credits to be able to get that building finished. There was a lot of generosity involved from this community, whether it was from the Laurie family or Mike Teal or Bob and Moan. There were a lot of people who put a lot of effort into it, especially Hallsville Community Development Association. You know, that building is going to pay great dividends, and it's a great community asset. And I was very pleased to be a part of it, because I pay attention to the small communities around this district. When the people in Rennick, after having a terrible tornado, lost 4 lives, I found out a year and a half later they couldn't find the $5,000 it took to be able to buy a tornado siren. I went to the private sector, raised $5,000 from there, got Ameren to hook it up for free, and now they've got a tornado siren right next to a small school in Rennick. Something that they could have never afforded. $5,000 is more than their entire budget. Lots of times, you know, people don't understand that when they're in these positions. But I do, because I come from a small town. So when Hartsburg needed to be protected from flooding, and we'll be down at the Pumpkin Festival this weekend, we helped raise the Katy Trail. We got the National Guard to do it at no cost to the community of Hartsburg to make sure that it doesn't flood anymore after the floods of '93 and '95. Those are the small town values that need to be listened to and need to be taken care of. And those are the things that I've been able to do since I've been in elected office. I'm very proud of that type of work, and I look forward to being able to have the opportunity to continue that work. It's not just always about Columbia. It's about Hallsville, Centralia, Harrisburg, Hartsburg. There's a lot of H's in this district as you go around. But those communities mean a lot to me, and I'd be honored if you gave me another opportunity to continue to serve you in the Missouri State Senate. And the reason you'll know that I won't forget about the needs of this community is because whenever you call me, I take care of them. You know, I know who the local leaders are. I work with you. Whenever you call my office, whether you're dealing with me or Ted Farnan, who used to represent this area when he was in the House, you know, we get on top of those things. Those things matter. And you know that you can count on me because I've been there for the last 4 years in the Senate and actually was working on some of these issues even back when I was in the House before that. So thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to working with you. I certainly hope that I've earned your vote again on November 4th.